Hi and welcome to Add More Zest. My name's Rebecca and it is the 1st of December. This is the time we get to be big kids because it is Advent calendar time, and it is also time to get a little bit of me time while adulting, so we can get our diamond painting hopefully completed throughout the month of December. So I'm going to start by opening up the 1st of December. Now I have already sort of been in this because of course I know everything that's in there. So I do know that this is the first. But I thought I'd just start with the box. I think in future I'm just going to start with each day's bag. But yes, it is time for you guys to open up your day 1st of December if you've not been a little bit of an eager beaver and opened it already. There are 2 items in this one. This one has been probably the longest item it took to prepare. Longest item to prepare in relation to, this started beginning of the year. But you do get a bag of diamonds. It is worth kitting this all up. You will need this for lots of things. You get a sticker sheet, so there are 39 different colours. Sorry, Catherine just came in. And then this is day 1. So this is 4 separate little images for you to do, and the idea is, and you don't have to do it this way, but the idea is if you have a little bit more time, you do 1 each day. So you can complete this one on the 1st, 2nd, 3rd, which it does say 3. It's just hidden. No, it's not. Yeah, it is. Slightly. It's here. It's not hidden at all. It's there, and then 4th. We do pop these stickers on just in case you end up peeling off the whole sheet so that you know which way up it goes when you pop it back. But that is day 1. So you get a diamond painting, a sticker sheet, and a lot of diamonds. Do keep these safe even after you have completed day 4. Just a little warning for you. But yeah, that is day 1. Do let me know your thoughts in the comments down below if you did get yourself an Advent. But yeah, busy Christmas time. The other thing, of course, we are doing is completing section 1 of our diamond painting. So I am doing the round version. Of course, it is up to you whether you're doing the round, the square, or whether you're doing something else. I do apologise if the lighting is not well. It is the middle of the day. In fact, it is just gone midday as I'm filming this. And, let me zoom in the right way, it is throwing it down. So, the weather is not that wow today, but yeah, we're going to complete today's section and I'm going to go through comments etc that have been left on previous Whip and Waffles. Actually, I'm just going to scoot this to somewhere where it's easier for me to read and just scroll down. I think we'll start with black. I do like to start with the black. I'm using a pen today that I was gifted by Diana. Absolutely gorgeous pink one. And I have chosen a pink tray that matches as close as I can. And I am going to work on these flat, just because with all the cover paper on, I just think it's going to be easier to work on it flat. So let's see how long a section takes us for today. But yeah, I hope you're all excited for December, whether it be just for December up until, and then of course I hope you have an amazing Christmas day also. And yeah, let's kick off the first section of this diamond painting. So comments I have, these are from, say, previous Whip and Waffles, so they're about 1 to 2 weeks ago. So I've got a few from previous Whip and Waffles before we get up to December Advent event days. But Ellie, she says, hi Rebecca. She says, well, it is now 12:40 on Friday the 14th, which will have been November. She says, and she has been watching since 5 p.m. She says she has to keep rewinding and she keeps going into a world of her own. Bless her. Hang on, I just put a diamond on completely upside down. That's not good. Do I have a diamond on that one? No, I don't. Goodness me. I must be out of practice for all this. So yeah, she says the view is great as normal. She says she's so confused. She says it doesn't take much. She says as she thought that me and Megan were packing the bags tomorrow. She says she gets so confused, she says, with you not putting, not saying the date time when putting a video up that wasn't recorded that day. Well, this was recorded a couple of weeks ago. I think it was 3 weeks ago that Megan and I put the bags together. We penciled it in for a weekend that we were both free to be able to spend a chunk of time doing it. So we did end up getting them ready, in effect, quite a bit for a couple of weeks before the launch. Yeah, sometimes we're major prepared for a launch. Sometimes we're literally doing it the weekend before. It really all depends. I'm actually currently filming this, just for reference, the 1st of December, but I'm currently filming it on Friday the 28th of November, only because I filmed the day before. Well, I normally film like 1 or 2 days before, depending on my workload schedule, because my plan for this December event is to have the video edited, uploaded and ready so that it can go live for members in the morning of the UK time, morning of whatever day, and then it will go up for everybody else at the usual time of 4 p.m. GMT. So the idea is, yeah, I will get the video filmed, edited and uploaded at least the day before, and then get it all sorted for members. So I'm filming this on Friday because it is of course coming up to the weekend, and December the 1st is a Monday, and I have plans this weekend, mainly in the fact that my new couch is getting delivered. I spent yesterday, I claimed a day back from packing orders at the weekend. So I claimed most of a day back yesterday. Apart from packing orders, I didn't do anything shop related, and I painted the conservatory. to give it a refresh. Though it is a slightly different colour. But me and Catherine painted the conservatory yesterday. And then today I'm filming this, packing orders, but then our couch gets delivered tomorrow. And then I think the kids want to put the tree up. So it will be a bit of a jam-packed weekend doing house stuff. It'll be nice to get the tree up though, because Catherine's been on a bit of a mission with wrapping. She's currently sat over in the corner on her phone. But yeah, she's been on a wrapping mission, so it'd be really good to have somewhere to put everything. But she said, she says she's had a migraine for a week. She says she doesn't normally have them. She says she did as a child. But at the moment, her eyes are playing games on her. Ooh, tell them to behave. She said it's like a kaleidoscope with colours / shapes. She says, so Dean says that's how he feels when he's getting a migraine. Sounds like it is time to go and find yourself a nice dark room and relax for a bit. She says she's constantly feeling tired also. She says she wishes that she could diamond paint without a problem. But this week, she said, has not been a good one. I think we do all have those ups and downs to, of course, different levels of ups and downs. So do take care of yourself. And just take it that your body's saying, I need a rest, not to diamond paint this week, and relax for a bit instead. She said they had a Luna who lived below them. She says apparently she would only eat pasta and hot dog sausages. I'm sure my Luna would eat just the same if she was given a choice. Yeah, though she loves rice. That's one of her other favourites. Hang on, I've got a little bit of trash in these blacks. She says they got that bit of info as their old neighbour during lockdown. She said she was worried that she wouldn't be able to get her food. She says, okay, she says she will love and leave you for now and carry on watching / listening. Well, I hope you manage to take care of yourself as well, Ellie, because it sounds like you need to give yourself a little bit of rest and recuperation. And hopefully that migraine has done one, as they say. Right, all my blacks done. Okay, got that one out of the way. Always like to do my little black outlines first. And then I'm going to go for J, I think. We'll do a nice chunk. I don't have a multi-placer on this diamond painting pen at all. It's just got a plastic straightener in the end. And I'm trying to pick up a diamond when I already have one on my pen. I can tell the lighting is not wonderful today. Or at least it's not for me. It doesn't look too bad through the camera, but it's dismal. Lady Dax says she is playing catch up. I know she's been watching quite a few videos, must have had a busy couple of weeks. I know sometimes I have a busy couple of weeks and I feel like it takes me ages to catch up on my YouTube watching. And then I end up doing tasks in the shop that I've got YouTube on all the time and I don't have anything to watch. And I'm hunting for stuff to be able to watch. It's like swings and roundabouts all the time. But yeah, sometimes having quite a lot to watch and a bit of catch up to do is not a bad thing. Oh, sorry, it's going to be a day of interruptions today. I can see it, but you know what? We go with the flow when it's a whip and waffle. yeah, can't remember what I was saying. We're trying to see if we can practically give away our old couch, trying to get to see if some charity or something can pick it up and then sell it on. But our usual port of call when it comes to big furniture items has too many. So maybe everybody else is thinking the same thing too. Anyway. Back to diamond painting. So Catherine, she says, our middle is a very quiet and didn't fuss, she says, when she fully broke her arm. She said she also had periodic fever syndrome. She says doctors didn't believe us until I did my DNA, and they have ancestry in the Mediterranean. She says littlies are amazing. They are. I think because they don't know what is supposed to be the standard norm of how to behave when you're not well, that you find they, behave how is natural to them, maybe. I don't know. Maybe. Some of them are just stubborn, I think, as well. Stubbornness can definitely come out in youngsters. Kim, she says she assumes that since I sent my mum diamonds for her new Heaven and Earth design, that your mum doesn't save her spares, or did she need more than she had saved up? She needed more, so she does save her spares. She does have them all in storage boxes, all organised. Thoroughly enjoyed setting that up. But yeah, it was just ones that she needed more of. Of course, I tend to do a lot more diamond painting in general. When it's not Advent season, I do more diamond painting than my mum often, and have done it for longer. So I have more spares, so I sent her extras. Though I can say on the update, my mum has been now using markup for a Heaven and Earth design because she has an iPad mini, and she is loving it. Every time I speak to her, she's loving it more and more, at how easy it makes it to do a square on her current Heaven and Earth design, which she has started. Ellie, she says, hi Rebecca. She says, wow. She says, this video made me smile. So this is actually a comment on a very old Whip and Waffle, one of my Heaven and Earth design big project Whip and Waffles. I'm not sure when exactly the video was put up, but that was a project from a few years ago that lasted for 4 years. But she says it made her smile as I was going through 2024 and 2025 and your plans. She says, then I said that I wondered what 2026 would bring. And wow, she says, we are now 6 weeks away from 2026. Or even less than that now. Getting so close. She says she needs to go look at White Christmas, she says, by Dreamer Designs. It's a gorgeous picture, that one. She says she hoped Lady Dax managed to get it in the end. She looks forward to seeing me kit it up. And she can't believe that I was sending out Advent in August. Yes, I did hold on to them for a bit longer this year, though I still felt as though I was making them up even longer this year. But I think that's just because Megan was in Australia, so we didn't have two of us doing that first big influx of diamond paintings. So I think next year, with my slight change in how I'm doing things, is one, going to make things a little bit easier, but two, I think I'm going to start the prep a lot sooner if I can. Definitely for some items. I'm going to start prepping a lot quicker. Mar Cook says they can't wait to open their advent calendar and order the mystery bag. They said they are also interested in the metal placer on my pen. She says she knows that we sell some and she has them coming with the mystery bag. She says, but the one you're using looks thin and sturdy. So the 4-placer that I use is actually a gift that I got from Kim. It's actually a Diamond Art Club single multi-placer, which is thinner. Just the design of it is different. So that's the 4-placer that I've used, or I use in a lot of my pens. She also says she's kitting up her advent painting and waiting on the first. Well, woohoo, it's here. As you're watching this, you'll be able to start doing your painting. She says, thank you for everything. You're so welcome. You all just make it so much fun. Drama Free Diamond Painting says she's watching old videos. So there's definitely been a few comments on old videos recently. This is on the Advent event from last year. So last December. She says she loves this one. She says Kim's surprise was so sweet. Yes, in fact, this is one of the cardies that Kim got me. I was actually wearing the brown one the other day. Though I don't think I did any filming while I was wearing that one, but it's definitely cardie season. They are well and truly out and in use, as well as many of the other gifts are constantly in use too. Leslie says, hi, awesome video, Rebecca. She says she loves my diamond painting picture anyway. She says, please keep safe and well. Thank you, and you too. Make sure you're looking after yourself at the beginning of what is about to be crazy season, as I call it. It's where you manage to fit lots of extra things into your day that you don't normally get to fit into your day. You really wonder how you manage to fit them all into your day. And then, yeah, come out the other end and chill. Shannon, she says, hey, she says, what is your favourite diamond painting that I ever did? Oh, now that is a tough one. I have quite a few that have my heart, should we say. And that is from the excitement of getting it, the excitement of doing it, and yeah, more the excitement, I suppose, surrounding the picture. I've got a few different ones. So Zesty Wolf will always have my heart, which was our first diamond painting where we produced a diamond painting for the December event. So yeah, Zesty Wolf has always got my love. Mr. Quackers, so fun to do. So excited doing that one. There's another one I got really excited over and I can't remember what it was now. I really enjoyed doing my Heaven and Earth design, big project, even if it did take 4 years, because it was different, because it's stunning. Yeah, I've got loads and loads of favourites, and lots of them are favourites for different reasons. But yeah, I just really, really enjoy the process, and very much enjoy working on the paintings that I work on, for various different reasons. Blossom Chops, she says she is sitting here giggling her head off at my fear of missing out moment. Love it. Love it when I can make you giggle while you sat there watching a YouTube video. All the better. Ellie, so she's currently watching a Whip and Waffle on White Christmas. She says she is only halfway through this video. She says, but before she forgets, she says, is there any chance of you getting Doodle's cover paper? She said, it sounds great. She said, now back to your video. We did do Doodle's cover paper as a monthly launch. We did also bring it back when we brought back all the old designs of cover paper for people to have a chance to catch up on it. So there's not to say there won't be any type of Doodles cover paper in the future, but there's not plans at the moment. Having said that, I haven't yet sorted out final plans for next year. I'm sort of working on launches for next year at the moment, and cover paper hasn't yet been finalised. So if any fit into the themes, I'll see if I can add some in. She says, and her mum used to love cream cheese and jam on toast. Ooh, I don't know if I'd mix those two. She says, or Jacob's cream crackers. She says she loves Wensleydale with apricot or cranberries. She says, yum. I'll have to try the Wensleydale with apricot. I don't like the idea of it with cranberries, but I'd definitely give the with apricot a go. Cat Lady, she says her husband says if she manages to get a mystery bag, that a hubby will give it to her as a Christmas gift. Woo. She says she has a quilting advent this year, as well as the diamond painting. She says the quilting one is Australian. She says so that will be for the morning, and then mine will be for the evening. I like that idea. She says her sister got in there early this year, and she sent me a box of belated birthday presents for her husband, a card for their anniversary on the 9th, and their Christmas cards and gifts. She says she's usually the one to get in there first, but she was on the ball this year. Love it. I bet she's feeling well productive as well, because she's like, I'm ahead. I'm organised. She says she has all her Christmas gifts ready to pack and post down to the recipients. She says, but she's still trying to get the house ready for guests before she decorates for Christmas. She says she needs to at least wrap the family groups and seek packing to post them all down. She says as she's never had Christmas in this house, she says it will be a busy weekend/week. Sounds like it. I am pretty much primarily done for Christmas. I do have a couple of bits that I need to pick up, but I know what they are. So it's just more getting round to picking them up than trying to decide. The only thing I really need to decide on is I need something else for hubby. And I have zero clue of what else I'm going to pick him up. So that should be fun. I do have something for him to open. So, but yeah, I do need to primarily think of what to get hubby. Oh, thought I'd tipped exactly the right amount of diamonds in then. And there's more up here. And of course now I've tipped out more. But that's okay. Are you all going to go down that corner? Do it from the corner rather than taking the stopper out. Right, what's next? Flowers. Where's the flower one? Oh, forgetting how dark it is. Couldn't see it for looking. Sammy Lou, She says she is currently watching this. She said she is freezing, waiting for the heating to come on. She said, as it is 0 degrees where she is. That's cold. It was cold for us the beginning of this week. But I do remember Megan said that yesterday, Thursday, she got excited because it was supposed to, one, not be freezing in the morning, which means no de-icing the car. And then it was supposed to be quite warm in the day. And to be fair, it was. It was quite nice yesterday. Today is not freezing, though I think it has gone a little bit colder after this rain we've just had. It's just been a bit wet. So we have had a little bit of a downpour this morning. She says she's also doing a diamond painting for her husband, as he lost his nan 2 years ago. She says, and it reads, "Those who love us don't go away, they walk beside us every day." Oh, that's sweet. I like that phrase. That's nice. Bev, she says she bought a new case and light pad for herself for Christmas. She says for her temperature chart. I'm so excited to do the temperature chart next year. And I actually thought, because I'm primarily probably going to be doing a whip and waffle on it, it's probably going to be February before I actually get to place, or at least fill in some bottles. But anyway, I'm still excited for it. I can be excited for it that long. She says, as it'll be a year-long project, she says she's going to clip the canvas to the light pad, and she has space to be able to leave it out. She says she still needs to work out her extra colours, though. She says the problem is she has too many ideas. She says she's having so much fun thinking about it. She says, but it certainly will become obvious to her how she wants to do it once she gets her kit, and gets to have a proper look at everything. Which is true. I do get that as much as you can plan beforehand, sometimes once you've actually got to the point of getting your hands physically on the kit, you can sort of look at it and assess things a little bit easier and get things straight. But yeah, I'm very, very excited. I know most temperature kits have started arriving. Loads, if not all. I think they're hoping. I say I'm filming this on a Friday. I think they're doing a weekend's full of work to hopefully get everything out this weekend. So that any excess stock can go on the website to give chance for that to then get shipped out. But yeah, I know they've been working hard to get everything out sort of as quick as possible. But it's something that's very new. And if anybody else is like me, we're all very excited to actually start doing it. So, yeah, I can imagine they have had, well, I know they've had a more than crazy few weeks getting everything packed up and shipped out at also potentially the most crazy time of year, or close to being the most crazy time of year. Busy Lizzie, she says you should have definitely done the blue Christmas canvas. She said instead of Out of This World. She said considering that your new count matches it. She says because then you'd be able to hang it up. And yes, that was definitely something that entered my head as to whether I should do it for that reason. However, I am yeah, I don't think I'd have got it finished. It's bigger than Out of This World, and I still haven't finished Out of This World. So it would have just become potentially a completion because I had to, rather than because I wanted to, and I wouldn't have enjoyed the process as much if it had have been sort of a have to, or trying to get it done in time to get it up, which is why I went for the picture that hubby would like up above his desk that will go up after Christmas, because then I knew there wouldn't be the time pressure. She says she wishes they had snow up there in the capital of Scotland. Oh, I don't know why you wish that. It's flipping freezing. She says they haven't had a good snow for years. She says thanks to global warming. She says, but global warming, she says, doesn't seem to affect the temperature. She says, as it is Baltic right now. And yes, middle of last week, because this is a comment from 4 days ago. So yeah, beginning of the week, it was freezing. We didn't get snow. I think down south actually got snow. We didn't get snow, but it was flipping cold enough for it. She also says, she puts in brackets, Baltic means freezing. For anybody that doesn't understand the many English words that we can provide for lots of different scenarios. She says she always thinks that it's cold enough to snow, but it never does. No, I think it saves the rain for like today's when it's warmer. She says, but fingers crossed for the rest of the year and into next year for snow. Well, you can keep that up in Scotland. I'll be quite happy without it. She says, and a question. She says, why is the canvas event, she says, not Christmas or winter themed? She says, just curious. She says, because it isn't a canvas that she had expected or would enjoy doing this season. She says, but that's her opinion. She says, it is very cute though. A lot of the time, partly is purely because of cost and potential sales, is more limited on a specific image, rather on a themed image rather than a non-themed image. So one that can be done all year round. We always struggle with how many numbers to get for things. And it can be quite detrimental for a business to be sat on a lot of stock. So while we may have sold more doing a winter or a Christmas themed painting, it would then be potentially nothing until next year, where we may again then sell a few more, but not loads. And yeah, it can be always hard to judge. There's a huge manufacturing time when it comes to diamond paintings. So we're basically playing a guessing game, and it's a very costly guessing game often. So we decided to go for a sort of generic and bright one, because quite often even though they're not always the diamond paintings that I put up, I personally really enjoy doing the diamond painting process on bright paintings with nice black outlines. I enjoy the process of the colours of the diamonds being vibrant and all of that. So I wanted to do a painting that would give me the enjoyment factor of doing the painting more than anything else. That's what I wanted out of this process. So that's what I've gone for, is a painting that is enjoyable to do. Yeah, that was my main thought behind it. And I'd already got another idea I'd had for a painting, has been sort of incorporated into the advent calendar instead. Oh, Lady Dax says she's late watching again. Oh, I'm actually nearly caught up on comments. I have like 2 comments left. I don't know how long this day 1 has taken me, but you guys need to leave some comments, or I need to get a waffle in for the second. But, oh, hang on. When am I going to film the second? I'm going to film the second before the first comes out. I might have some member comments that I can read out. If not, I'll just waffle about putting my tree up. But anyway, let me figure out what next colour I want. This is now where I have a few that I think I'm just going to use the lid, because it's just a few in these little like leaves that are on the floor. And then I can add a few in and not have to keep tipping loads out. Bazin Girl Craft, she says, thank you for giving her something soothing to watch while she's sick. Oh no. She says tomorrow is Thanksgiving for themselves. She says, and she's the one that does 95% of the cooking for the family. Isn't it always the way when you've got loads to do that you end up being sick? She says, just me, the hubs and my mum. She says, but still gotta make stuff. Well, maybe it's time for the others to step up and give you a little bit more of a rest. She says she forgot to make a stash of videos for her channel. She says, so now she has to get to feeling better so that she can open up her advents. Yes, which means you need to rest and take care of yourself as well. See if some of the others can take a little bit of the load. Even if you normally do 95%, see if you can get it, well, ideally 33% if there's 3 of you. But if not, see if you can at least get it down to 50% would be good. And give yourself a chance to rest and recuperate. Or just do less. I mean, Thanksgiving's gone for you now as you're listening to this. But yeah, hopefully sometimes just doing less can still be as enjoyable a holiday if you're with the right people. Okay, definitely got lots and lots of little bits in this section. This is the only thing when doing small sections instead of doing, like uncovering a strip, is that you end up with lots and lots of little tiny bits that need just a couple of diamonds here and a couple of diamonds there. So let me just get these last couple in. And then at least I can work on the colours in the tree, of which there's a few more of those. Lowercase e, where are you? It is definitely a lowercase e. Oh, there it is. Again, couldn't see it for looking. So 2 of those, and then the next one is next to it. That's handy. Pop these 2 in, and then I'll read Busy Lizzie's comments. And this is actually from a member, must be a member comment on the Friday Whip and Waffle before this has come out on the Monday. But Busy Lizzie, she says, hi Rebecca, she says there's something wrong with the lighting. Yes, I did. Well, I didn't notice it on editing or sorting, but I can explain it when I read your comment. But she says, last week's video, it was far too bright/white. She says, and this week's video, she says, my hands look mint green. She said she had to double check that I wasn't wearing gloves. Yeah, so at the moment, I film in natural daylight. So I film during the day. And if I don't edit the footage at all, sometimes it ends up quite light and like a tint of blue, or at least I feel like it's a tint of blue. So I did try warming up the lighting a little bit on the last video, and it looked all right on my screen, but maybe on your screen it's gone a bit too light. So I think with this one, I'm going to try not messing with the lighting at all, and just stick with the natural. And hopefully it turns out okay, and we can still see the colours okay. I can't say I am the best editor, video editor or anything at all. But getting somebody to edit your videos for you is not cheap. So it is something I need to do myself. YouTube revenue wouldn't even pay for me to get my videos edited by somebody else. So it's not something I can do. But yeah, it's definitely something I need to look at improving my skills at some point, and hopefully it's something I can do in the future. But at the moment, I'm not that well. She says talking about dogs. She says her sister's dogs, she says all 3 of them. She says chase their next door neighbour's cat. She says she feels sorry for Dexter, who's the neighbour's cat. She says as the dogs just chase him when he comes into our garden. Yes, our Luna will not stand for any cat coming anywhere near our garden, even on the fence. She doesn't like it. She says, but in saying that, she says he's fast like a lightning bolt. She says all you see is a flash of black, because he's a black cat. She says following one of the dogs behind, chasing him. She says the dogs also hate the doorbell. She says one time they had her older sister's dog, and she barked when the postie posted letters through the letterbox. Oh yes, anything posted through the letterbox is a mortal sin in this house. She says her younger sister's dogs bark and run to the door when they hear the doorbell. She says it's funny. She says, but it's also mean because you can use the sound of a doorbell, whether on a video, YouTube or the TV, and they think it's the actual door. She says, my niece and nephew love teasing them with the doorbell sound on YouTube to torment the dogs. She says, but it's not in a mean way though. No, they know somebody's going to turn up, and if they bark long enough, the person goes away because, of course, you get the parcel and then shut the door. So, according to the dog, they've done their job. Bless them. Right, today's section is finished. I feel like these are going to be fairly chunky whip and waffles, according to that one, though I have had a couple of distractions and interruptions, so we'll see how it goes in the long run. But one section is done. We're going up here for tomorrow, and of course we will be opening day 2 of the Advent. But yeah, thank you all so much for joining me today, and I'll speak to you all again tomorrow.